Now to East Africa, where Ethiopian authorities have freed a senior opposition leader, Merera Gudina, and hundreds of others who had been jailed for involvement in unrest that gripped the country in 2015 and 2016. Hundreds of people have been killed in violence in the Horn of Africa country since protests first erupted in its central Oromia province over alleged illegal land seizures. Now, several dissident politicians have since been jailed and charged with involvement in terrorism and collusion with the secessionist Oromo Liberation Front, which the government has branded as a terrorist group. Facing mounting unrest, Prime Minister Hailemariam Desalegn announced earlier this month that jailed politicians would be released and those facing trial would have their cases dismissed in a bid to foster reconciliation. Now, for more on the political situation in Ethiopia, Tsedale Lemma, the editor-in-chief and founder of Addis Standard Magazine, joins me live via Skype from just outside Frankfurt in Germany. Good evening, Ms. Lemma.
Good evening.
Yes. Now, is this a sign that the government might be relaxing its hardline position against the opposition in Ethiopia?
It is not a sign, nor is it a guarantee that the government is relaxing. It is a firm grip on the political space in Ethiopia. However, it's a sign that the government understood finally that unless it shows some symbolic gestures like this, the situation is uncontainable. The political situation is not something that they would like to wake up to. So, but that doesn't mean that it's a guarantee they will be relaxing the political grip that they have been holding for 27 years.
So in the last few months, have you witnessed any kind of overtures, to kind of have talks with the opposition or others that may be having positions that do not agree with the government?
Well, there is formally one negotiation that's happening between a few political party members and the government, but these are not party members, the opposition party members that matter the most, because the ones that matter the most, the ones that have a popular support from the wider public, are either decimated or exiled or behind bars. So these are just it's not more than a symbolic gesture for the government to say that it is negotiating with opposition party members, but in reality they are not as such the ones that really do matter in terms of the popular support that the opposition party has from the public in Ethiopia.
A lot of symbolic gestures here, but we know a release of hundreds of prisoners looks like really big. But as a matter of fact, how many more are still in prison across Ethiopia?
First of all, I'll be very careful to say that hundreds of numbers, because this is exactly what the government wants us to repeat. They're only releasing 115 from the federal prison, and the others are from regional states, whereby they can be released by the regional justice systems. The federal government shouldn't be bagging on the credit of releasing hundreds of them. The ones that matter are most of them are in the federal prison in Addis Ababa, and they are most of them charged with this draconian law that they call the anti-terrorism law. And among the, so far in my knowledge, are about 1,000 people are facing terrorism charges in federal prisons in Addis Ababa. Out of these they're releasing 115. Some of them are yet not charged with, probably not with the anti-terrorism law. So there is that funny thing that the government is taking the credit for releasing hundreds of them, but more than 400 of them are from the regional prisons.
All right, thank you. It looks like a drop in the ocean. We want to thank you very much for joining us today, Ms. Lemma.
Thanks for having me.
A pleasure. Well, Tsedale Lemma is the editor-in-chief and founder of Addis Standard Magazine. She joined me live via Skype from Germany.